Hello again, everybody. Welcome to the show. I'm Scott Casper. Happy New Year from all of us at USA Wrestling, the national governing body of our sport. We look forward to sharing the excitement of not just our organization, but the sport overall during 2013. So what do you say? Let's take a look at this week's news and features. In our first episode of the new year, we report from one of the sport's legendary events, the 50th edition of the Ken Craft Midlands Championships. For half a century, this major collegiate-style tournament has been a highlight of the holiday season and a showcase for the nation's best athletes. Special thanks to all the crew at Takedown and, of course, the Big Ten Network, who are in Evanston to cover this great event and provided us with incredible video. After 2 days of action at Northwestern and an event featuring many of the best college wrestling teams in the country, it was Jim Heffernan's Illinois squad who came away with the team title. Illinois had no individual champions but had 5 place winners. Leading the Illini, runners-up Jesse Delgado at 125 and B.J. Futrell at 141 pounds. Assistant coach Mark Perry talked about the team effort.
This was definitely highlighted on our calendar. It feels good for us to win the team championship, but I think individually as a team right now, I don't think anybody feels too good about the way they performed. But that's a good thing, because that shows, to us as a program, that shows the potential that this team has for later down the road.
All right, thanks, Mark. Just 2 points behind with an impressive team performance, Kevin Dresser's Virginia Tech Hokies. They were led by a pair of individual champions, Gerard Garnett at 125 and Nick Bruschetta at 149. Now, the second-seeded Garnett stopped 4th seed Jesse Delgado of Illinois in the finals. He did so 5-1 in sudden victory.
This felt great to get. After getting second last year and the way that I got second, coming in with a good game plan and kind of getting a little excited, getting away from it, and ended up getting pinned. It was great for me to win this.
The number 4 seed Nick Bruschetta stopped number 2 seed Donnie Vincent of Binghamton. The score there 3-1 in the finals. Bruschetta received the Art Craft Champion of Champions Award for his incredible performance.
I mean, it's great. I mean, this is, a lot of us on our team consider this a mini national tournament. So, I mean, there's a lot of guys ranked. I think in the top 20 there was maybe 10 or 12 at my weight, so it's good to be here and get some opportunities to wrestle some pretty good guys and get prepared for March, because that's when it all counts.
Mark Cody's Oklahoma Sooners placed 3rd, led by individual champions Kendrick Maple at 141 pounds, and Bobby Graham turned in a great performance at 165. Now, Maple was the top seed in the tournament and nationally in his weight class as well. He stopped Illinois star B.J. Futrell in the finals for his 5-1 victory.
Definitely think there's a lot more pressure. Just last year didn't turn out how I wanted it to be, so this year, I mean, there's a lot of pressure, but I enjoy it and it gets me going.
Sooners 3rd-seeded Bobby Graham also scored a 4-foot win in the finals over Beksad Abdurrahmanov of the Golden Eagles. Jim Zaleski's Oregon State Beavers placed 4th, led by Midland's heavyweight champ Chad Hankey. The 4-seeded Hankey beat number 3 seed Zach Thomasette of Pittsburgh 3-2 for his title. Hankey's having an incredible year after taking an Olympic red shirt in 2012 to pursue a spot on the Olympic team.
Yeah, I hurt my ankle, kind of had to battle through some adversity. In a big term like this, in a big match against Trice, he was incredible wrestler. He's a really tough guy. I just had to kind of push through it and worry about the pain later,
Well, Tom Borelli, Central Michigan Chippewas, finished 5th overall, with Ben Bennett claiming the 184-pound title. Bennett entered the tournament as the number 2 seed and edged out number 1 seed Robert Hamlin of Lehigh in the finals. He did it by a score of 2-1. Bennett received the Dan Gable Most Outstanding Wrestler Award.
It was good to finally get that win. I've been working a lot on a lot of technical things, and I think those things paid off this tournament. And I saw them working matches. So that's the most important thing really for me, is I'm making technical improvements and they're paying off in matches, and they're helping me win big matches like that.
Well, another athlete who had an Olympic redshirt year in 2012, it was Dustin Kilgore of Kent State. He captured the title at 197 pounds. He was the 2011 NCAA champion and trained at the Olympic Training Center, all the while competing in freestyle. Kilgore entered the tournament as one of the top seeds and defeated Pittsburgh's Matt Wilps for the gold medal. The score, 4-2. On his way to the finals, by the way, Kilgore also captured 2 major decisions and a tech fall.
I feel good. I think I'm up to about 22 wins now, and that's a great thing to have. I've never gone undefeated in a season, and I'm really hoping that I can make it happen this year, and that's my goal. be national champ, be undefeated, and you know, I just want to go out and wrestle my best, and you know, give a good show for people to watch, and you know, just have a good time while doing it.
Well, Northwestern University had an individual champion of their own, Jason Welch. He was the #1 seed at 157 pounds. He defeated the #3 seed, Joey Napoli of Lehigh, 4-0 in the finals. It was his second career Midlands championship.
I think I'm a part of something as far as like the Midlands tradition, which is it's really cool. Just knowing that that people have been wrestling in this tournament for so long. It's always been such a high quality tournament that it feels good to say that I won it twice. And yeah, it's a good tournament for me.
Another incredible performance came from unattached Stanford star Ryan Mango at 133 pounds. He edged out former Iowa star and Hawkeye Wrestling Club member Daniel Dennis with a razor-thin margin, 8-7 the victory.
It was kind of weird. This red year, you know, the coaches can't like help me out or coach me or anything like that. So just empty corner, you know. But it's all right. I feel confident out there. You know, the stuff we work on throughout the year is really what's going to help you out there anyway. It's nothing that they're going to say, you know, during the match. It's going to help improve your performance. So I knew they were there watching, and that was enough for me.
Winning the gold medal at 174 pounds, Nebraska's Robert Kokish, the second seed. He stopped surprise finalist and 9th seed Nate Brown of Lehigh, 5-2. Kokish received the individual high point trophy, scoring 28.5 points total for the event.
You know, this tournament's just another stepping stone. You know, it's something, you know, I can continue to improve on my wrestling, and, you know, just going out there working hard, wrestling hard, and, you know, just going out there show that, you know, that I can hang with the best guys in the nation. So.
Well, on the team side of things, Lehigh finished 6th, while host Northwestern was 7th in the standings. Special note goes to Roger Kish's North Dakota State. They finished a strong 9th in the tournament, one of its best efforts since the program moved to Division I just a few seasons ago. Now, for the 50th edition of the Midlands Tournament, founder Ken Kraft was honored throughout the weekend-long event. There was also a ceremony where he was recognized by his friends and family in the sport. Another special presentation was made to Kraft during the Midlands Finals. We salute Ken Kraft for his leadership in developing this classic wrestling event and for all he's done for the sport. Next week, fans will have an update from another top holiday classic, the Southern Scuffle in Chattanooga, Tennessee. The 23-team tournament features 7 ranked teams, including the #1 ranked Penn State, #2 Oklahoma State, #3 Minnesota, #6 Missouri, #8 Cornell, the 11th ranked Virginia Tech, and 20th ranked Cavaliers of Virginia. Hey, stay tuned. We'll be back. There's more. Well, another 2-hour special is being aired on Fox College Sports. Oklahoma State versus Cornell, the dual meet from the recent grapple at the Garden in New York City. Yeah, it was that good. Announcing the dual meet, broadcasters A.L. Hayslip and Nick Garone. 3 past NCAA champions were part of the duel, including Cornell's Kyle Dake at 65 and Steve Bozak at 84. Along with them, Jordan Oliver of Oklahoma State at 149 pounds. If you didn't catch the airings in late December, we have 4 more of the same meet. Wednesday, January 16th at 1 o'clock Eastern, Sunday, January 20th at 5 Eastern, Tuesday, January 22nd at 10 a.m. Eastern, and Wednesday, January 30th at 1 o'clock. Now, Check your local listings. Make sure you tune in. An additional 2-hour show featuring highlights from the other 13 dual meets at the Grapple at the Garden will also be broadcast on Fox College Sports, featuring Jason Bryant on the call. First airing of the Grapple at the Garden highlight broadcast is set for this Saturday, January 5th at 1. That's 1 Eastern, by the way, on Fox College Sports Central. The program will also air Wednesday, January 16th at 3 Eastern, Sunday, January 20th at 7 Eastern, Tuesday, January 22nd at 12 noon Eastern, and Wednesday, January 30th at 3 p.m. Eastern. Again, check your local listings for air times in your area. USA Wrestling helped sponsor the inaugural event at the Garden, which helped fund the production cost of these programs, helping to pay for these specials on Fox College Sports. Well, event sponsor Kiki Kelly and USA Wrestling announced that this year's Kiki Cup, a major international Greco-Roman competition, will be renamed the 2013 Jack Pinto Cup. Jack was a 6-year-old wrestler in his first year with the Newtown Youth Wrestling Association. He was among those that were killed in the shooting at Sandy Hook Elementary School in Newtown, Connecticut this last December. We reported this story just 2 weeks ago, shortly after the tragedy. The Jack Pinto Cup will be held at the U.S. Olympic Training Center in the Springs in Colorado on Saturday, January 26. 4 U.S. senior-level Greco-Roman teams will compete against 4 international teams in dual meets. The event kicks off the new year for the U.S. Greco-Roman program. A little bit about Kiki Kelly. She's the sponsor of the annual Kiki Cup and felt that it was appropriate to rename the competition in memory of a very special young person who had a passion for the sport. The Pinto family gave USA Wrestling permission to rename the competition and thank the wrestling community for its outpouring of support. National Greco-Roman coach Steve Frazier talked to us about why the U.S. Greco-Roman community honors this special young man.
We wanted to just honor this young boy and his family, and I talked to Kiki Kelly, who the tournament has been named after her, who's our sponsor of the tournament, and she was all for doing this and honoring this young boy.
Well, a couple of weeks ago, we showed you highlights of the Minnesota Christmas Tournament. And for the second straight week now, USA Wrestling Weekly was a guest at the Rahway Holiday Tournament in Rahway, New Jersey. The school helped to develop NCAA champion Darian Caldwell of NC State, as well as NCAA All-American Antonio Garay of Boston College, who's gone on to star in the NFL. The finals at this year's event, exciting to say the least. The team race still up for grabs heading into the medal rounds. How about that? When it was over, 2 athletes were honored as OWs. In the heavier weight classes, Summit's A.J. LaRusse was one of the OW winners after dominating at 195. LaRusse was a state qualifier last year and pinned all of his opponents in the first period, including Jonathan Fuertes of Xavier in the finals in just 25 seconds. In the lighter weights, outstanding wrestler there, Isaac Valentine of host Rahway. He won a loaded 126-pound class. In the finals, he stopped Nelson Mendez of Behringer 12-3. Now, there were 8 pins total in the finals. Scoring the first pin, Kyle Gregorio of A.L. Johnson, who put away Wesley Ortiz of Elizabeth in overtime at 106 pounds. The next pin came at 120 pounds when Rahway's Devin Jefferson pinned Christian Perez of Carteret. Nick Abbott of Summit scored his first period pin at 132 pounds over Chris Ferrari of Xavier to claim his 3rd career Rahway tournament title. Christian Munoz of Behringer earned a fall at 145 pounds over Diego Barque of Summit. The next finals pin came at 182 pounds with Chris Ariema of Columbia put away Khalil Burns of Linden. In the last match of the day, Columbia heavyweight Rodney Sinat pinned Joe Romero of Elizabeth. Other individual champions include Josh Sheehy of Linden at 113 pounds, John Kohler of A.L. Johnson at 138 pounds, Isaac Antonetti of Behringer at 152 pounds, Elias Vega of Carteret at 160 pounds, Justin Becker of Rahway at 170 pounds, and Edward Olenek of A.L. Johnson at 215 pounds. Although they had no individual champs, the team title went to the wrestlers of Elizabeth High School. We thank Rahway High School for letting us cover their event and salute all high school individual athletes who competed during the busy holiday season. Make sure to get out and support your local high school wrestling programs this year. Hey, stay tuned. We'll be back. There's more.
Each season, Liberty Mutual's Responsible Sports Community Grant Program awards $65,000 to youth sports organizations and school sports programs that demonstrate their commitment to responsibility in youth sports. Your organization could be one of our 20 winners this season. It's easy. Simply visit responsiblesports.com and click on the Community Grant Program. Administrators register their organization with the program, then reach out to rally parents, coaches, and team supporters to log on and review either the Responsible Sports Parenting or Responsible Coaching Guide. Then complete the quiz and showcase your mastery of the concepts. Every successfully passed quiz is worth a point that you can credit to your favorite youth sports organization or school sports program. Connect with friends, family, and neighbors to rally more support. The teams and schools with the most points at the end of the grant period win. It's that simple. Watch the leaderboard throughout the grant season, then rally more of your supporters to increase your totals. Liberty Mutual is committed to celebrating and championing youth sports and to financially supporting organizations that demonstrate their commitment to responsible sports. Join the movement and start earning points toward your community grant.
After a short holiday break, top international wrestlers in all styles are back in training with a number of huge events approaching in the coming months. All three U.S. national teams will be holding training camps at the OTC over the coming weeks, as several athletes will compete overseas and at home. Some U.S. wrestlers may go north of the border to compete in men's and women's freestyle at the 2013 Gulf Open in Gulf, Canada, January 20th. Now, U.S. tour teams will hit the road in January with 2 trips to Russia that will present major challenges. A group of Greco-Roman wrestlers will compete in Tyumen, Russia at the Ivan Podobny International, one of the world's elite events in the classic style. A team of U.S. men's freestyle athletes will also head to Krasnoyarsk, Russia for the now famous Ivan Urigan Memorial, January 25th through the 27th. As reported earlier, the Jack Pinto Cup, the Greco-Roman event, will be held in Colorado Springs, January 26th. While also featuring another event, the Dave Schultz Memorial will fall a little bit earlier this year. Of course, the top international wrestlers in all three styles will compete. It'll take place at the U.S. Olympic Training Center in the Springs, January 31st through the February 2nd date. Now, you, of course, can take part, or you can watch themat.com. You can check themat.com for the U.S. rosters for all the events. We'll have updates on our American athletes in competition over the coming weeks here on USA Wrestling Weekly. Well, wrestling in eastern Iowa is a big deal. It's where the legendary University of Iowa Hawkeyes compete, along with a number of top high school and youth wrestling programs. The Cedar Rapids Gazette is the second largest newspaper in the state and covers the sport extensively for their readers. The paper recently named their 10 wrestling stories for the year of 2012. Sitting at the #1 spot on the list, 2012 U.S. Olympic team trials that were held in Iowa City back in April. In the article, the Gazette cited a number of things which made the trials such a special moment for the entire wrestling community. And by the numbers, the event brought more than 11,000 fans in from outside the county, making a $5.6 million economic impact on the entire region. There was also a fan fest on the unveiling of the Dan Gable statue outside the historic Carver Hawkeye Arena. Overall, the event set attendance records as well, attracting more than 54,000 spectators over 4 sessions, including 13,712 for the final session. Fans watched as Jordan Burroughs and Jake Varner secured their Olympic team spots before advancing to capture gold for the U.S. at the Summer Games. In November, the local Convention and Visitors Bureau named local organizing committee leaders Les Steenledge and Matt Getz as the Hospitality Persons of the Year. Deservedly so. Congrats to everybody who helped make this historic event one for the record books. Well, last week's episode of the show, it was our annual year in review, always one of our most popular shows. With the busy schedule of the Olympic year and many other major events, we were unable to capture all that happened in 2012. But as we move into a new year, we take time to honor some of wrestling's legends who passed away last year. In June, we lost Hall of Fame legend Bill Farrell at the age of 82. He coached a legendary 1972 Olympic team and was a true leader in our sport. He had an outstanding career as a wrestler, coach, and administrator for the New York Athletic Club, and also led the wrestling division for our national sponsor, ASICs for many years. Now in October, we unexpectedly lost Olympic champion Jeff Blatnick at the age of 55. Blatnick won the 1984 Olympic Games in Greco after defeating cancer. He carried the flag, by the way, for the U.S. Olympic team in the closing ceremonies. He also had a big impact as a TV announcer for the sport and was a grassroots leader in USA Wrestling as New York State chairperson. We lost many important wrestling people this last year, including Hall of Famers Josiah Henson and Les Anderson. Henson was an Olympic medalist in freestyle and a leader in the wrestling gear community. Anderson was a longtime assistant coach at National Power Iowa State who took a number of leadership roles in the sport throughout his career. Olympic athlete and coach Lee Allen also passed away. He competed in the Olympic Games in both styles, going freestyle in '56 at the Melbourne Games and Greco-Roman in the 1960 Rome Games. He also coached the 1980 U.S. Olympic Greco-Roman team and was a leader in the development of women's wrestling in this country. Among the others who we lost over the year, NCAA champions Eddie Urbano of Arizona State and Dave Porter of Michigan. Now, we honor the lives of these athletes, these leaders, and all of those in the wrestling community as we say our goodbye for our final time in 2012. Well, each episode we try to secure you an interview with some of our Olympic-level athletes. This time we caught up with Greco-Roman World Team member R.C. Johnson as he continues his quest for a world title.
Training's going pretty well, just taking it day by day, nice and easy. After last season, everything, we just kind of reset everything, restart for the new quad, and kind of take it day by day.
Hey, stay tuned. We'll be back. There's more.
There comes a point in your life that determines who you are, whether you will lead or follow, whether you will fight or give in, whether you will win or lose, and what you will count as your victory.
Both of these guys are explosive, and it's not over. This is going to be a great match.
Well, three major age group national dual meet championship events will remain in their current host cities for the next 2 years, including 2013 and 14. The Junior National Dual Meet Championship in Oklahoma City, well, it's going to stay there. The popular event has been there since 2006. Juniors are athletes who are in grades 9 through 12. The Cadet National Dual Meet Championships will remain in Daytona Beach, Florida. They've hosted the successful competition since 2011. Cadets are those 15 to 16 years old. The Schoolboy National Dual Meet Championships will remain in Indianapolis, the host city there since 2004. Schoolboys are those athletes who are 13 and 14 years old. These three major dual meet events are popular with athletes and fans and are a great opportunity for talented young freestyle and Greco-Roman wrestlers to test themselves at the highest level. Well, FILA is the International Wrestling Federation, and recently they announced that respected American combat sports journalist Eddie Goldman had been named to the new position of media coordinator for FILA. He's shown here with FILA President Rafael Martinetti. Goldman will assist FILA in creating a network of wrestling journalists around the world and helping collect news about international wrestling. He'll develop more content for FILA's website on both Olympic and non-Olympic wrestling. Goldman has covered USA and international wrestling events for many decades now, as well as a variety of other combat sport. Goldman was a high school wrestler who attended Columbia University. He hosts and produced the No Holds Barred podcast and has been vice president of the National Wrestling Media Association. He's been published in numerous national publications. Of course, our congratulations go to our good friend Eddie Goldman for his new assignment with FILA. Well, you've waited for it, and it's time for our USA Wrestling Photo of the Week contest. These are pictures sent in by wrestling families and fans from around the country and are being considered for our photo contest page in our USA Wrestler magazine and in our USA Wrestling Facebook pages. This week, USA Wrestling's Photo of the Week is taken by Tracy Blackston. It shows 9th grader Christopher Blackston of Adairsville High School in Georgia at a recent event in Coahulla Creek, Georgia. You can have your photographs considered for a contest simply by emailing them to Gary Abbott at gabbott@usawrestling.org. I'm Scott Casper, and for all of us at USA Wrestling, Happy New Year, and thanks for watching.